what's up, YouTube, Facebook fam? It's your host with the most, the face that runs the place. The champ that runs the campus, back with another video. Before we get into the meat into potato today's video, can't talk today. Show our social media links and love in the description box below. This video was sent to me by another subscriber. I've never seen this video, however, I have heard of 8 at the table. I will link their social media or their site in the description box below. I know the woman in this thumbnail or in the current frame of shot, not personally, but I do know of her. Her name is Jessica Scrivens. Go follow her on Facebook. I'll probably link that in the description box below and tag her in it so she can see this. It's a brand new, fresh reaction. I apologize about last week. Last week I was feeling a little under the weather, which is why I missed that upload. So we're going to make up for it this weekend with not 1 but 2 videos. So you guys will get a video today and you guys will get a video tomorrow. So without further ado, let's react to this video.
I went on a first date, and when I opened the door, my man was at my front door, and I was like, "Oh, like right." And then he hit me with the Rico. He pulled the flowers out, and I was like, "Wow, this is different, right?" So I'm not even paying attention. I brush past this, trying to walk down the steps and get to the door, right? Because I'm not paying attention. I'm just so not used to it, and it just hasn't I just didn't have a lot of practice. He opened my car door. I get inside. He closed the door. I immediately went to my group chat. It's weird.
So the first thing I want to say is no disrespect to Miss Scrivens, but I've heard this so many times from my own female friends. Like, they'll go on dates, they'll hit me up, they might ask me for advice about a guy or something like that, right? 9 times out of 10, us as men, especially the way we were raised, depending on where you came from, your mothers typically would tell you, you want to buy her flowers, you want to open her door, you want to, do the chivalrous things, right? The problem is, though, not every man is going to get a positive reaction. You might get a reaction like how Miss Scrivens just outlined. It's weird. You're weird. And it could be because she might just not be used to it. I mean, we are in a new day and age. I know a lot of men have been kind of walking away from chivalrous acts, but I think this is a component as to why. And I'm not trying to point the finger here. I'm just saying, just to put some logic on it, if, as a man, we know there's a potential possibility of us getting a reaction like this, or us knowing that you're going to text your friends in the group text, this dude is weird, just because we're doing the things that we were taught to do. What is the point? Right? What's the point? Like, I don't understand that, or I understand the fact of why men don't want to do it, but I can also understand the simple fact that not every woman is like this, but there's enough to make a certain amount of men consider not doing it at all. And what I mean not doing is being chivalrous at all. But let's continue. Let's see what else she has to say.
Did you say he opened your car door?
High five.
No. Now let me explain, right? Let me explain. By the time we got to the restaurant, my follow-up text was, "Y'all, that's my bad. I just realized and all that stuff we be talking about, we don't really want it."
Yeah, I gotta give her a hand clap for that, because she bounced back quickly. Like, for her to acknowledge that there's an issue with the fact that her as a woman can acknowledge that he's doing everything that I would say that I want, but yet I still find it a turnoff. I still find it an issue. That's something fundamentally wrong with me. So kudos to her for doing that. I think she's in the minority, though, because a lot of women, or at least a good majority, in my opinion, will not have said that. And there's different factors for it. And I'm not here to bash anyone. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that channel. I'm not the, down with women, up with men, down with men, up with women. I'm trying to just understand this dating paradigm, this dating shift, this climate that we're in right now. But to go back and listen to what she just said, if she can acknowledge the fact that there's an issue, then she also is aware of her own nature. So if she's aware of it, then we have to try to understand it as much as we can, so we can not just navigate it, but live with it and survive with it. And that's just me being a man in general, because one thing I will never do, and I say this to all men that's watching this, one thing to never do is to get mad or upset for a woman acting the way that she would normally react or acting the way that she would naturally act, because it should not change your morals, your values, and what you stand on as a man, period. Because you're the lead in this situation. You don't follow her, she follows you. But that's just my opinion on it. It's just very interesting to see this in real time, because I was not expecting that. To be completely honest, I was not expecting her to take accountability so quick, as we all know. And even some of my female friends will tell you, accountability is almost a woman's kryptonite, to be honest. 9 times out of 10 it typically is. And I think that's pretty accurate. Just my opinion. Don't shoot the messenger. But let's continue. Let's see what she has to say.
And I felt like he technically did everything that we be saying we be wanting. In my mind, instinctively, my first thought was he corny. But he really did everything that we want. But
I think that proves my point. The men that will go out, that will buy the flowers, that will open your car door, that will open the front door for you, that will pull your seat out, all this effort that we put through, we might be labeled as corny. And that's so hard to believe, because this is what we were taught to do as younger men from our mothers. Typically, they would tell you that. But that does not work. It just doesn't, unless she's attracted to you. However, what I find interesting is that this has become so mainstream now that it's being talked about in open spaces. And, you know, I'm not the only man seeing this. This is my first time seeing this video. So when other men see this video, I think the reaction that they're going to have is, we're going to keep doing what we've been doing, which is not worrying about women, not focusing on women, focusing on ourselves. And on the inverse, you're going to have some women that don't even think like this. And they want to be approached, and they won't be approached, because when it comes to men, and I think I'm going to have to speak for myself, but let's take a simple analogy. If there's a 60 to 70% chance that a man approaches you, right, and he knows that there's a 60 to 70% chance that if he does all the things that she just talked about, there's a good chance that he's going to be looked at as lame or corny, and he doesn't have a chance with you, he's not going to involve himself. He will bank on himself before he banks on you. And that's just how it's going to be, because in this situation, I think it's not just a battle of attrition per se between the sexes, but it's more of, well, the good have to suffer for the bad. It's kind of sad that it's come to this, but I think there's a lot of different factors as to why. But that's the end of this video, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section, especially my ladies that watch this. Please let me know about this. Give me some insight. Give the men some insight. We would love to learn about this. And I'll be back next week. Well, actually, no, not next week. Tomorrow with another video. Y'all have a good one.